what's up, what's up, what's up, your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching What If Goku and Broly. Oh, What If Goku Found Broly Early Part 5. We probably watched Part 5 and Part 6 today. This one is called Green and Orange. Alright, so last time we checked, Piccolo got Orange Piccolo, and Broly's about to fight. So make sure we like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to Saiyan as well, and let's get into it.
Piccolo didn't even realize that he transformed. That explains why his power was so high and he didn't even realize it. He's had this power ever since Mori unlocked his potential, but he never actually used it because he never had a chance to actually display his full power. He didn't realize he got a whole new form from it. But he tells Broly, it's just like he said before, he's confident that he could take Broly on in his full power. Especially with this transformation now, it should be very clear that he could hold his own. Broly is still concerned, but Piccolo's already given him enough reasons to go forward with it. And he reminds Broly, they won't make any progress controlling that power if Broly doesn't want to utilize that power. If not now, he's going to have to use it sometime down the line. Alright, well, Piccolo keeps saying that he wants to try it, so Broly goes for it. He transforms, going into his full power, and Piccolo tells him to unleash more power. He knows Broly's hiding it, and not only does Broly transform, but he charges up more ki, growing angrier and losing control. Broly fully charges up, launching in towards Piccolo. Piccolo surprisingly defends against one of his attacks, and he's amazed, not only at Broly's strength, but his own strength. He didn't realize he grew this strong. He saw Broly fight before, and he's only grown stronger since then, and the fact that he's able to contend with him here, it's huge. The two giants start brawling, and nearby sensing this, Vegeta flies over, wanting to watch what's going down. 16's there with him too, since Vegeta said he could probably try and analyze the fight and learn from it. But Vegeta didn't expect anything like this. Piccolo has a new form, and the power that they're giving off, it's unfathomable. It shows Vegeta how truly far behind he is. He thought he was the top dog before, especially because Broly couldn't utilize his full power. But now, Broly's starting to learn how to use it. Even if he's at his very early stages, he knows Piccolo will probably be able to find a way. And even disregarding Broly's power, look at Piccolo. Vegeta and 16 watch on amaze as the fight continues. And Piccolo is actually able to subdue Broly eventually. Broly ends up de-transforming, but Piccolo tells him to transform again. He subdued him out of the transformation, but that's not what he wanted. He wanted to subdue him in the transformation. They're gonna have to work through this, and he tells Broly to go back into it. And as Vegeta watches, he realizes he needs to train way harder than he has been. He needs to ascend Super Saiyan somehow. And even though it might be a big blow to his pride, he knows someone who can give him some pretty valuable info about that. Goku. Now we enter a brief time skip.
Okay.
But even though it's a time skip, there's a lot of important events we gotta cover during this time. First of all, Goten's born finally. And there actually is kind of a change here. With Vegeta being so much more motivated to train, that rubs off on Trunks, which rubs off on Goten. But there's also something else. Goten is growing up with Goku, who's already allowing Gohan to stay motivated and keep training. So it's a much better set of circumstances for both Goten and Trunks. But more starts changing with Goku and Vegeta as well. The rivalry between them grows even further, training together alongside Gohan. Gohan's the first to unlock Super Saiyan 2. And not too long after, Goku follows, then Vegeta. And Vegeta's lead in terms of power eventually goes away, with him being around even with Goku and Gohan being above them. And Gohan seeing Broly's potential. He wonders if his as a hybrid is the same. Who knows how powerful he can get too. Both Goku and Vegeta push him further, which is pretty surprising because now Vegeta and Gohan actually have some sort of a rivalry. Not as noticeable as the one between Goku and Vegeta, but it is there. All of them are growing stronger, which is great. Even 16 gets upgraded. Vegeta asks Bulma to do this and she's glad to do so. This way he can keep up with Vegeta and the other Saiyans, and remain as a training partner so he doesn't have to train with Kakarot all the time. And he's amazed at how strong Bulma's able to make 16. But of course, that's not all that's going down. Piccolo and Broly continue training together, and eventually, Piccolo's plan works. He's able to get Broly to control his full power, no longer losing control when transforming.
Okay, Piccolo.
He did it by doing exactly what Piccolo explained in the last part. First, he had to work on completely mastering Wrathful, starting from the ground up. After that, it wasn't too hard to get Super Saiyan under control next. And now, finally, his full power form is used without anything held back, as it should be since it's his full power. Broly even tries to obtain Super Saiyan 2, but his Super Saiyan form in general is so much different than theirs that they can't really work off that. If that's something he actually does want to achieve, and if it's possible, it's going to take a bit more effort. But at least he already has a level beyond Super Saiyan, and not to mention, his Super Saiyan is already superior to the other Super Saiyan forms. So it's not like he's missing out on too much by not getting this right away. In terms of power, here's how I'd rank it. Broly would definitely be at the top. And not too far behind him, probably even equal to him, is Piccolo. Then right behind that is Gohan, who has Super Saiyan 2, followed by Goku and Vegeta, who also both have Super Saiyan 2 and are probably on equal footing right now. And another person who's equal to them is Android 16, since he's continuously upgraded to keep up with Vegeta. Then behind that, with a pretty decent margin, is Paragus, who we'll end up covering in a bit. Behind that is Goten and Trunks. And instead of Trunks being the stronger one, Goten's actually the stronger one here. But it's also worth noting that Trunks is probably considerably stronger than his normal self in canon. So I'm not making Trunks weaker, I'm just making both of them way stronger. But besides just powers, another interesting development happens. Well, a few. For one, Piccolo and Broly actually form a bond, a rivalry, a friendship. Piccolo still does train Gohan from time to time since he is still a student of his technically, but he actually spends more time with Broly too, especially since Gohan's going down a path with more training with Goku. Their bond is still there, and that's actually how Gohan gets a little bit closer to Broly, seeing his power too and making him wonder if he could do something similar. Yeah, he knows he doesn't have that weird mutant green-haired form or whatever, but he comes to see how high his potential is in comparison to Broly, and wonders if he could reach that same height. And Goku's amazed to see Broly's growth as well. It's a strange, unexpected rivalry and friendship between Piccolo and Broly, but not too weird considering the same happened with Gohan. And as for Paragus, there's a reason he's so far behind the others. Besides him getting such a late start, there's also a few other things going on. He's calmed down a bit. He won't catch up to Vegeta, and he's kind of accepted that. He'll never achieve his vengeance, and at this point, he's not even sure if he wants it. I mean, he's grown accustomed to living here on Earth, and he's tolerated Vegeta. Both Vegeta and Paragus are better people now, I guess. And as much as it pains him to admit, Paragus is too far behind the other Saiyans. He seemingly gets over his grudge, and he doesn't really give up training, but he doesn't do it as frequently. Even after unlocking Super Saiyan, he just knows that it's not really worth pursuing too much. Yeah, he is a Saiyan and likes fighting after all, but who is there to fight here? Earth is a peaceful place. This is a much different environment than what he grew up in. Being a soldier on planet Vegeta. This is a completely different lifestyle, so naturally it affects his outlook on everything as well. And another factor comes into play too. He's not too close to it yet, but he's getting close to the point where he's going to start rapidly aging. Less than a decade out, actually. So that means he only really has a few years of youth left. Well, not really youth, more so his prime. And with such a peaceful place around him, he wonders if it's really best to spend these years actually holding a grudge and trying to grow stronger as a Super Saiyan, only for it to be a fruitless effort and for him to be behind even further. I mean, he's glad he has the power as is. He never imagined himself as a Super Saiyan. He is surprisingly content, and instead, he wants to focus on more peaceful activities. He becomes somewhat of a normal citizen.
Go get some pussy
what would
or
he do as
something,
a
man.
job, though? He probably wouldn't know either. Maybe he'd be a security guard for Capsule Corp at some point because that's really all he could find at the moment. But as a hobby, he starts taking up golf. The perfect middle-aged man sport. And just like Yamcha really excelled at baseball, Paragus with his innate power might be able to really excel at golf. Even though that's a much calmer sport that doesn't really rely on power too much. But still, he is naturally an advantage above everyone,
Some
so
old
he'd
man
be a
shit,
very great
Paragus.
golfer.
Alright.
Maybe even going pro. And that could be his job, a pro golfer. And he absolutely loves it. He stops training as much to fight and trains more to golf. But he still will be training from time to time. At the end of this time skip, that's one of the points where he's training. Or at least, observing training. Broly and Piccolo have another training session. This time, they just want to spar a bit. They don't need to control Broly's power any further because he already has it controlled. He still does want to pursue a form beyond Super Saiyan. And just like many times before, Paragus actually ends up watching this sparring match. Hey, even if he can't participate, it's still fun to watch.
Right.
And as the two of them are fighting, they then hear Paragus screaming, and Broly's immediately alert. He looks over to where Paragus is, and Piccolo's attention is diverted there too. There's a pillar of golden ki. Why is he going Super Saiyan? Paragus then launches into the battle, now in Super Saiyan, going to attack Piccolo. And Piccolo
Majin.
immediately notices something's changed about him. His
Majin
energy's different,
Paragus.
but also, there's an M on his forehead. They have no clue what that is. The two of them haven't transformed fully yet, but it's not like they really need that. They just need to subdue Paragus here, figure out what's going on. Piccolo's able to get a hold of him, asking Paragus what the hell he's doing. Paragus grunts and tells Piccolo to let him go, powering up further and releasing himself from Piccolo's grasp. And he jumps back, staring down the two of them, while powering up further. And for a moment, Piccolo and Broly then sense another power nearby. And even Paragus is shocked. Someone appears behind Piccolo. Piccolo immediately feels something pierce his side, and starts feeling drained. Broly turns over. He sees a giant pink man standing there, definitely not human. Angered, he powers up into Wrathful, and he tries to attack this guy, but before he can land an attack, he disappears, being teleported away. That was, of course, Deborah, teleported in and out by
Deborah.
Bob. And Broly looks down at Piccolo. He says he's okay, but for some reason he feels weaker, like his energy just got stolen or something. What the hell's going on here? They're being attacked by someone, something, and they turn to Paragus. They ask him what the hell's happening, and he tells them to be silent for a second. Someone's coming, and this is exactly what he was promised. Promised? What? By who? Another power then flies over, with someone following behind him. It's Vegeta, and 16's following behind. And 16's attacking Vegeta. Broly looks up in awe as Vegeta gets closer and closer, and then realizes he's coming to attack Broly. Vegeta's already in Super Saiyan 2, so Broly powers up in a Super Saiyan, guarding against this. Vegeta has that same M on his forehead, and 16 then lands nearby. He says something's wrong with Vegeta, and then
Not
notices the
Vegeta.
same's wrong with Paragus. Piccolo notes something's changed about both their keys. And 16 can't necessarily analyze what's going on, but he's getting weird readings from the both of them. Vegeta declares he's here to finally fight Broly, and then Paragus says that's not going to happen. He's going to fight Vegeta. Both of them were
Okay.
possessed by Bobbity. with Paragus being given more strength so he could fight Vegeta, and Vegeta being given more strength so he could fight Broly. Babidi was able to exploit both of them. Even though their grudges were both seemingly gone, they still were there, both buried deep down. Broly tells 16 to get Piccolo out of there. 16 says he's gonna need help, but Broly says he'll be fine. He's sure about it, because not too long after, they sense somebody else coming in. This time it's actually allies though, Goku and Gohan. They sense a battle going on. At first they thought people were just sparring, but it felt a little bit more serious than that, especially because Vegeta eventually came over too. And they sense powers coming in and out, with Piccolo's then disappearing. They're concerned, asking what the hell's going on. Broly says even if he had time to explain, he couldn't really tell them what's happening. He just says he'll need their help here. Majin Paragus and Majin Vegeta stand together, and the two almost fight each other actually, because Paragus does want to fight Vegeta. But then they turn over to Goku, their attention's diverted. Paragus knows he can't win, and now he has an idea. This was also another one of his targets, and another one of Vegeta's targets too. Someone else who they could prove their superiority over. They both have somewhat of a grudge against Goku, especially here because he's getting in the way of their battles. Well, that's fine. They'll get rid of Goku together, the enemy of my enemy. And then after that, they could do it with whoever they want. He's just going to be annoying here. Same for Gohan. Goku and Gohan have no clue what they're talking about, but they power up into Super Saiyan 2, with Broly also powering up. He says he'll only use a fraction of his power for this. He's grown powerful and doesn't need to use his full strength. And they definitely will be able to stop this. The 5 Saiyans all charge up, getting ready for a battle, but just before that happens, Paragus lunges in, about to punch Goku, but then someone stops him. It's a shorter guy that teleported in, and he's barely able to block the attack, almost being overpowered by Paragus. And everyone stops in their tracks. It's Shin and Kibito, and no one has any clue of who these guys are. They're completely confused. Paragus tries to fight the two guys, telling them to get out of their way, with Vegeta even aiming a blast at Shin ready to kill him. Broly then knocks Vegeta away, protecting those two, and then asking who the hell they are. He wants to know too. Shin tells everyone to stop now. They're falling right into Babidi's plan. It seems he definitely coordinated this. I mean, there's 2 Majin servants here, and he attacked without any sort of warning. They didn't expect him to attack so soon, but it makes sense with how strong everyone is here. Not to mention, they saw Piccolo being taken away by 16, so someone already had their energy drained. Vegeta and Paragus tell them to shut up, but before they can attack, Goku, Gohan, and Broly defend the two guys. Wait, who's this Babidi guy, and what kind of plan does he have? They're concerned now, but the guys say just to stop fighting. Nigga. They can't give any more energy. Wait, what? They try to explain as quickly as possible. Babidi is gathering energy to awaken an ancient evil. That's why Piccolo's energy was stolen, and that's why they're getting everyone to fight here. He gave Paragus and Vegeta more power, exploiting their darkest thoughts and grudges, using it to turn them against their own friends. But it might already be too late. Far away, they sense an ominous energy. It can't be that quick. Did this group really have that much energy to steal? They didn't even really start
Piccolo
fighting.
Energy was enough.
But Shin looks around him. All of them are fully powered up besides Broly. And even then, without his full power, he's still giving off a huge amount of energy. Back at Babidi's ship, he's elated, seeing the amount of energy that Piccolo had. This is way more than he expected. It gives him over half the energy he needed, and then some. That was just from Piccolo alone. From having everybody else power up and fight, even briefly, he was able to gather even more energy. But he sees the fight has stopped. Oh, the Supreme Kai is here. Thankfully, he's able to easily coax Vegeta and Paragus into fighting a little bit more, just to get a little bit extra energy. The others are able to stop Vegeta and Paragus, but they continue fighting. And it's already too late. The ominous ki grows even stronger. And eventually, Shin realizes it's the worst case scenario. Change of plans. Continue fighting. Wait, what? He just said don't give off any energy. It's no use now. Shin tells him it's too late. Majin Buu is awakening, and they're going to need all the power they can get. They need to stop Vegeta and Paragus, and then they're going to have to go in and fight Buu. Unless they want the Earth and everything else to be destroyed. Piccolo's retreated with 16, but Kibito flies over to him, telling him to come back with the others as he then heals Piccolo. Piccolo wants some answers as to what's going on, and Kibito says he'll get them soon enough. That energy grows even stronger. As far away, back at Babidi's ship, he's laughing maniacally. He and Debor watch on with delight. It's finally happened. They already got the energy they needed. That was really quick. A giant plume of smoke shoots up as Buu then hatches from his egg. The Majin has finally been reawoken, and this is where we'll leave off for now. Of what the hell just awakened, but the two of them are still not in the right state of mind, especially Paragus, who's more so under the control of Babidi than Vegeta. Vegeta still has some sort of sense of himself. Paragus, he's actually a little bit easier for Babidi to manipulate.
Vegeta ain't no bitch,
Babidi still wants to create some discourse amongst everybody. The two are still fueled by their anger, and he could utilize that. Paragus is sent to fight Broly, but part of him also wants to fight Vegeta, finally face him and prove his superiority. He kind of resists Babidi, but still ends up fighting part of the group, aiming for Vegeta instead. Vegeta laughs at this. He doesn't care what kind of evil was just awoken because he'll defeat it easily. And as for Paragus, if he wants to fight, then so be it. He even lets Paragus have one free attack, keeping an opening for him. Paragus charges up all his power, coalescing all the ki in his fist that he can gather. He jumps in at Vegeta with a full power attack, hitting him right in the face. Vegeta briefly stumbles back a bit, and then stands up straight again, cracking his neck. That was really all the power he got? That's disappointing. and with one attack, Vegeta knocks Paragus out. He turns back to the group. Don't even think about fighting that monster. Well, the others can. For now, he wants to finish his battle with Broly. Piccolo's actually kinda glad that Paragus is out of the way, and Shin and Kibito say it's good, especially with him unconscious. They can try and reverse that spell. It might be a bit tough though, especially with Vegeta in the way, because he immediately starts trying to fight Broly, and Broly tries to get Vegeta to stop. They need to focus at the threat on hand, but Vegeta says the others can handle it. They're definitely strong enough. For now, he needs to face Broly, who wants to utilize his power while he has it, and they realize Vegeta willingly got possessed. He got that power just to fight Broly, and Goku for that matter. Broly lashes out at Vegeta, calling him an idiot for doing that. Does he realize what he did? He probably screwed them all. They don't know how strong Buu is. All for a selfish battle against Broly, just to satisfy his pride. And Vegeta just laughs at this. He didn't realize that Meathead could be so well articulated. But Vegeta doesn't care about anything that he says. They're fighting here and now, and then he'll go after Kakarot. Goku notices Broly starting to get enraged. Rightfully so, actually. Goku tries to get Broly to calm down, but Piccolo says no. This is actually good. Broly's gonna need to utilize his full power against Majin Buu, and if he uses it here against Vegeta, they'll definitely be able to get Vegeta out of the way. Plus, this is a perfect test for him. Even under the circumstances, it would be great for him to actually utilize his rage. Piccolo has fought with Broly before, sparring a bunch with him and practicing this form, but Broly's never actually faced true stakes yet with it. Well, besides that one time he fought Cell. This is the first time he could utilize it controlled while also facing real stakes, instead of just sparring with Piccolo. And Broly hears these words of encouragement from Piccolo, and he does still feel enraged, but this gets him to realize
knock his ass out, Broly.
He can do this. It doesn't matter if he utilizes his full power. He has control over it now. He simmers down a bit, taking a deep breath and then looking over at Piccolo and Goku, and then says something to Goku. He says he's in his right mind. Goku doesn't need to worry about him. They trained for this after all, and this will be a perfect test of what he's trained for. Quickly, he turns back to Vegeta, instantly coated by a fierce green orb. He bulks up considerably, his hair turns green, and within an instant, he goes into his full power. He'll stop Vegeta, and then the Kais could fix him. And he looks back over at the others, Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo. They need to go fight Buu. They can handle him alone probably, and if not, it doesn't matter. Broly will make this quick. He'll come to their aid soon enough. They need to subdue Vegeta first.
Hey,
he's just gonna get in the way. And if he really wants to satisfy this grudge, Broly will end the battle quickly. Shin and Kibito really do want Broly with them, but they see what he's going for. Vegeta's definitely gonna be an annoyance if they don't stop him here. And after that, the Kais will be able to restore Vegeta, reversing the spell. 16's not sure if he'll be any help against Buu, but he wants to help Broly here, just to ensure he's fine. Broly wants to fight Vegeta alone, but 16 needs to make sure everything's fine. Besides, he actually knows Vegeta better than anyone, so he could assist here. Babidi, Buu, and Dabura are waiting around. Well, at first, Dabura ends up fighting Buu, being easily defeated. And by the time that battle's over, Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo arrive, seeing this threat that they're supposed to face. His power does seem incredible, and they realize they probably really do need Broly here. But for the time being, they might be able to work around this, hold Buu off somehow.
Okay.
They only need to hold him off for a bit until Broly gets here. And Babidi's pleased to see them, sicking Buu on the three of them. Buu happily jumps in, and the three all prepare. Goku and Gohan go Super Saiyan 2. Piccolo goes into Orange. And they actually feel a lot more confident now. Once they actually fight Buu together, they see that collectively they might actually overpower him. If they can strike him simultaneously with a full power attack, they might be able to eliminate him. But they do need to make it quick. Of course, if they fight too long, they're going to get drained from this. And individually, they still are weak. If Buu can somehow separate them, that's going to be a problem. But with the three of them together, they'll be fine. The three of them have a clear advantage against Buu, and Babidi could see that. While Buu might not be able to think about this for himself, Babidi realized that he could be a good strategist here, helping Buu along the way. The three are able to quickly figure out that Buu can regenerate as well. Once they hit him with a combined attack, they see that he just regenerates from it, surprising them, but not too big of a deal. That shows that they really just need to follow through with their attacks. Erase every little bit of him so he can't regenerate. That shouldn't be too tough. They already got one good hit on him. They just need one more opening. But Babidi starts communicating with Buu mentally. He tells Buu he needs to split the group up somehow. He needs to just get one of them gone. Don't focus on fighting all three at once. Focus on fighting one. Something to destabilize the group. Piccolo, that might be a bit tough. Goku, well yeah, if they got rid of him, that would help, but he's the weakest of the three right here. And Babidi decides it might be best to target Gohan, who's right in the middle. Not the strongest of the three, but not the weakest. That'll definitely throw them off course. Babidi tries using all its power to paralyze two of them, Piccolo and Goku. Quickly they're able to break free, but just as they do, Buu then wraps parts of him around them. Babidi just created an opening. Buu then reaches his hand out, stretching it, grabbing Gohan by the leg. He retracts his arm, slamming Gohan into the ground, throwing him back and forth. As Goku and Piccolo break free from Buu's restraints, Buu then holds on to Gohan tight, launching high up into the sky. He spins around midair, then pummeling back down towards Earth. He lets go of Gohan, moving faster than him. And before Gohan hits the surface, Buu meets him there, with an evil grin on his face as he launches a full power blast, sending Gohan upwards once more. He holds nothing back with this. Gohan is launched far away, with Goku and Piccolo attacking just as Buu finishes his attack. But they stop. They try and sense Gohan. They can't feel his energy anymore. Did Buu just kill him? That quickly? Babidi's there laughing. Perfect. Now Buu just needs to fight these two. It shouldn't be too hard to get rid of Goku, and then he can go after Piccolo.
Really,
It still might be tough with the two of them together, but Buu at least has closed the gap significantly here, or at least, so they think. In rage, Piccolo rushes in. With that rage fueling him, he holds nothing back with his attacks. He's going to destroy Buu here and now. He bulks himself up a little bit, not going completely giant, but growing larger in size, just so he can manhandle Buu easier. And it's not like he gets a power increase from this, but somebody else does. Piccolo acts as a good distraction, because unbeknownst to him, something's changed within Goku. He tries sensing for Gohan anywhere, but he can't feel his energy. He's in denial. He can't be dead, can he? And for the first time in a while, Goku snaps. His aura flares up even further. He has memories of Krillin dying on Namek, and all the other times his friends were killed. He never thought this would come, a day where Gohan would be the one to die, and it sends him over the edge. A massive crater forms nearby, distracting Buu, Babidi, and Piccolo. And from the golden aura, Goku launches out, looking much different than before. With immense speed, he flies right towards Buu, punching right through him. Then turning around after he flies through him, launching a massive blast. He yells over at Piccolo. Now's their chance. And Piccolo gets a glimpse of Goku. His hair, it's longer.
They find out he making Super Saiyan 3 useful.
He's transformed again. Goku doesn't even realize. Blinded by the rage, he transformed into Super Saiyan 3. But there's a huge drawback with this. He doesn't know how to use Super Saiyan 3. He's already a little bit worn out from the fight too. And now, he has this form that he doesn't know how to utilize. One that's inherently bad with stamina, especially if you don't know how to use it. But that doesn't matter to Goku. He's going to utilize his full power. Here and now, they're killing Buu. Quickly, Buu regenerates from Goku's attack. And just as he does so, he receives another punch from Piccolo. The two of them fight Buu as a tag team, and he's being pushed back significantly. And Babidi watches on. What is he supposed to do now? But he actually has an idea. There might be one way to increase his powers. Nearby, Babidi looks on the ground. He sees Dabura in cookie form, and he looks into Buu. He needs to awaken that evil inside him, get him better control, and give him that power from Dabura. It's risky, but it could work. Buu's definitely not going to turn down a treat like that too. He got interrupted before he could even eat Dabura, and Babidi performs a spell on Buu, awakening the evil inside him. Amidst the fight, Buu then begins to split. Goku and Piccolo stand back, thinking he's about to self-destruct or something, but no, he just splits into two Buus. With Babidi drawing out the latent evil side, he needs that evil to take control of Buu. And thus, Evil Buu is born. Piccolo looks over at Goku. Great, now there's two of them. And Goku's breathing heavily. Piccolo notices this too. What's wrong? And Goku says he doesn't know. He just realized that he unlocked this new power, but he can't control it well. He's feeling way more drained than he's ever felt with Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2. This is a double-edged sword. This is bad. The only good thing is the two Buus aren't equal in power. It's not like they're fighting two Buus now. Right. They're just fighting two halves of Buu. Evil Buu then looks over at the two of them, launching a candy beam at both. Quickly, they're able to get out of the way, and Babidi then throws the Dabura cookie. Both Buus look up, and Evil Buu stretches out his arm, grabbing it and eating it as quick as possible. He's open here to their attacks, so he needs to make this quick. Under the orders of Babidi, Evil Buu doesn't even try to fight Good Buu. He just immediately tries to turn him into candy. And powered by Dabura's energy, he then launches another candy beam, right at Good Buu. Goku and Piccolo launch back over, but it's already too late. Before they can even attack, Evil Buu eats Good Buu. The two land a punch together, but the second their fists connect, Evil Buu powers up, transforming into Super Buu. They're flung back as Buu powers up. And this isn't even normal Super Buu. He's wearing Dabura's clothing. This isn't Super Buu. This is Super Buu with Dabura's power.
Ew.
The Boober. And Babidi's nearby, laughing, elated at all this. And Buu looks over. He smiles. With Dabura in him, he's a lot more intelligent now. And he recognizes he shouldn't be under Babidi's control. Why not take Babidi's power for himself too, alongside Dabura's? He looks over at Babidi, thanking him, as Babidi's then telekinetically lifted in the air, with Buu stretching his arm out, and as his hand connects with Babidi, it wraps around him as Buu absorbs him too. He doesn't change in appearance from this, but he does grow slightly stronger, and
that's disgusting, Charlotte. Why you do this?
This all happened so quick.
Why you do this?
Goku and Piccolo don't realize how this occurred, and Buu looks over at them. Now, why not continue this battle once more? Goku and Piccolo are heavily concerned, but then they sense another power nearby. While all of this was going on, of course, Broly's battle with Vegeta continued, and Broly did have a clear advantage, but he did need to hold back a bit here. He didn't want to accidentally kill Vegeta, just defeat him, knock him unconscious, but it's way easier said than done. With the Majin power-up, Vegeta is actually way stronger than Broly could have expected, but still not on his level, and he's incredibly resilient. Even when faced with Broly's power, he didn't back down. Every time Broly was able to knock him down, Vegeta just kept getting back up, wanting to fight to the end. He said this battle will only be over when one of them is knocked unconscious. And he tells Broly it's not going to be that easy, but Broly does want to end this quickly. He needs to get over and help them. He can sense a lot going down there and he's not sure what's happening. And for a very brief moment, he does actually enjoy the battle. His Saiyan blood, it fuels him. He's actually enjoying it. But Shin and Kibito are there. They try to remind Broly they need to finish this as quick as possible. He can't falter like that anymore, and Broly acknowledges this. He starts taking it way more seriously, and so does Vegeta. But I don't think I need to tell you, Broly wins here. and immediately heads over to where Buu is. It's Broly. He rushes over as quick as possible, with the Kais following behind him, carrying Paragus and Vegeta, both unconscious. He lands with a shockwave and looks around. He asks where Gohan is, and Piccolo tells Broly not to lose control, but Gohan might be dead. And then he looks over at Goku, seeing him looking completely different. Goku says he just needs to hold his form for a little bit longer, and he looks over at Broly and lifts a fist up. Now it's time to finish this. He's glad to see Broly here, and for the first time since this battle began, Goku looks a bit more relieved. He's more optimistic now, and Broly silently nods. And Buu smiles. This is interesting. But now, they shouldn't underestimate him. I mean, look at him now. He's way stronger. He's way smarter. He's a much greater warrior than the other Buu. This battle will not end too well for them. He sticks a hand out, and then launches a bunch of pieces of himself at the group. And then he sticks another hand out, launching a ki blast from it. The group's able to easily defend against this, destroying all the little bits of Buu that he launches at them. Why is he doing that? But Piccolo realizes. It's to absorb them, just like he did with the others. Whatever they do, they can't let those pieces of Buu touch them. But Goku falls to his knees. His hair shrinks, turning back to normal as it then goes black. He's back in his base. He apologizes. He doesn't know what happened, what that form was. He doesn't know why it was so draining. He needs a little more energy, and he tries to power up, trying to go into Super Saiyan 2, but he can't even do that. He goes into Super Saiyan at least. And even though Goku got that temporary boost from Super Saiyan 3, it actually was a double-edged sword like he thought, draining more power than it gave him, just when they thought the tides were turning. And Buu sees an opportunity. He splits himself into two, with one Buu being significantly weaker. That Buu rushes over to Goku, just to hold him back, while the main Buu fights Piccolo and Broly. Of course, Piccolo and Broly try to defend Goku, but whenever they turn their attention away, the main Buu attacks, paralyzing both of them with magic, with the weaker Buu doing the same thing to Goku. He launches rapid-fire cannons at them. They don't even try to counter them, they just have to dodge them here. They don't want to risk hitting them. The main Buu's trying to distract them. The other Buu begins fighting Goku, and Goku can't do anything against him. He's too drained, too weakened here. And Buu then splits a few more pieces of himself off, trying to throw them at Piccolo and Broly. The weaker Buu then wraps himself around Goku. Goku tries all he can to power up, and briefly, he does go into Super Saiyan 2, breaking free for a little bit, until Buu holds him once more. And then he looks up at the other Buu. There's a piece of Buu around Piccolo's leg, and he doesn't even realize just yet. Buu could lose here, but if he plays his cards right, he can win. Quickly, the other Buu wraps himself around Piccolo, holding him still. Piccolo tries to break free, and Broly wants to attack, but he can't. He's holding Piccolo hostage. He doesn't want to hurt Piccolo too. But Piccolo tells Broly, just do it, attack him. If he dies, it doesn't matter. They can't let Buu get his power. But Broly hears Shin and Kibito in his head, and he looks around. They're gone. Vegeta and Paragus are too. Shin says not to stay around there any longer. Buu's gonna absorb his power too. Broly's not sure what to do. He's panicked here. He wants to fight, and Piccolo's telling him just to do it. But even if he stays and tries to destroy Piccolo and Buu, it's not gonna work, because Buu's already got Goku as well. But Piccolo hears the Kais too, and he struggles, but tells Broly change of plans. Listen to them. It's the last thing Piccolo says before he's fully absorbed by Buu, with Goku also being absorbed too at the same time. Shin then teleports behind Broly, with a hand stretched out. Alongside Shin is Android 16, trying to convince Broly to leave right now. Broly's feeling rage, concern. He feels like he's about to snap. He hasn't felt like this in so long. The anxiety he's feeling. And Shin can see he's about to do something rash, controlled by his anger. So instead, he jumps in towards Broly, grabbing him and teleporting him away to the sacred world of Kais. And before the absorption completes, they then hear another voice in their heads, transmitted by Shin and Kibito. And suddenly, both of them feel completely relieved. Goku immediately recognizes the voice. It's Gohan. And under his breath, he tells Gohan and Broly to finish this. Broly arrives on the sacred world of Kais, seeing Vegeta, Paragus, and Gohan there. Gohan wasn't killed by Buu. He barely survived, and Shin was able to find him, spending that time during the battle doing that. Thankfully, they were able to heal him, and now they're healing Vegeta and Paragus too. All hope might not be lost. They still have some warriors here. But meanwhile, back on Earth, Buu's absorption of Piccolo and Goku completes. Piccolo even tries to self-destruct, but it doesn't work. Before he could do so, Buu overpowers him, and a new Buu is born. With Piccolo and Goku being the strongest people within him, his outfit changes to reflect that. This is Buccolo, and this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this one? What's gonna happen next? Leave any thoughts?
Buccolo. Alright, Charlotte. Alright, Charlotte. You just pulling shit out your ass now. Anyway, I like this story. I like this story, bro. They got Buu out here just doing shit. He just trying shit. But anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out the last parts right here. Check out another story right here. And I'll catch y'all next time, man. Buccolo.